Hi friends, welcome to Stay Stitching. My name is Carla. I'm glad you're here. So, it has been a long time. Well, I guess my last actual makes video was with my AK Patterns Rachel trousers, which I loved. But I don't know, you're probably not keeping track. There's so many people on YouTube, you probably don't pay one bit of attention. But I know that I just have not been sewing very much lately. I don't know if I got a little burned out or just, I've been incredibly busy, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know what happened to my sojo, but I did sew. I remembered that I just love sitting at the sewing machine and just sewing. And the way to really get that done is either to make circle skirts so you get to hem a lot, which I love doing, or quilt. And so I don't know how it caught my eye, but somehow on YouTube, I saw a video on a jelly roll quilt. It's called the Jelly Roll Race. And I think the first video I saw was by the Missouri Star Quilt Company. And I watched that one, and then I watched several from Fat Quarter Shop. And my birthday was in February. On the 17th, I turned 55. And Troy gave me a really nice gift certificate to Joann's. So I went over to Joann's and I bought a jelly roll quilt book. And I bought a jelly roll. I didn't realize, hey, Troy, would you please bring me those jelly rolls that are on the 201? Thank you. I didn't realize that Joann sells small jelly rolls, which are really only half a jelly roll. And so I still had plenty left on my gift certificate, so I went back and I got the other one. But let me show you, in case you're only a garment constructor and you have no idea what a jelly roll is. This is the kind of jelly roll that Joann sells. And so in order to make the quilt I'm about to show you, you need 2 of these. These are $15 a piece. And there are, in these little guys, there's 20 strips that are 2.5 inches by 42 inches. So there's those. This is a full-size jelly roll, okay? I got these at Tuesday morning, and they're very shop-worn. You can see how frayed they are. But one full-size jelly roll will make you the quilt that I'm about to show you. Now, these have 40 2.5 inch by 42 inch strips in them. And that's a standard jelly roll. Now, jelly rolls typically cost about $30 a piece. So you would think that Joann's brand would be a little less expensive than that, but they aren't. They are $15 a piece for a half-size jelly roll. So you're not getting Moda or Kaufman or Alexander Henry or Art Gallery or Cotton and Steel. You're not getting any of the really well-known Hoffman quilting fabrics from Joann's, but you're paying the same price. So that's something to keep in mind. But let me show you what I made, and it's just so much fun. It hasn't been pressed yet, but with 2 jelly rolls from Joann's, I have this quilt, which is quilt top, which is, I don't know, this wide. It's this wide by this long. And I'm thinking to finish it off, I'm going to, these are my favorite colors in the whole wide world. I love them. I thought that they would really show off well if I put a black border around, and then I might do a wider border in like teal and then bind it in black to really make this quilt pop. I haven't bought anything for it yet, so I'm not married to that idea, but that's what I'm thinking of. So if you lose your sojo, but you want to sew, but you just can't you just don't want to look at the instructions and wander all over your sewing room and deal with the fitting, which brings us joy most of the time. I mean, that's what sewing is. We love it, garment construction. But sometimes we just aren't up for it. But you still want to sit at your machine and sew. You should consider making one of these jelly roll quilts. And because look at all those seams. So that was fun. I've got to get that ironed. So I did get that done. Now, what this video is going to be about is I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the upcoming plans that I have. So things that I plan on making in the next month or two. I'm not going to say March makes. That may or may not happen. Our oldest son is coming in from California for a few days. And I'm very excited about that. Nothing makes me happier than to get my kids home, my boys. So I will make this stuff when I get around to making this stuff. So I don't have this in any particular order. On the top of the pile, I have the, excuse me. I'm allergic to fabric, you guys. I am. I'm just allergic to it. So at the top of my pattern, I have this AK Patterns Nicki cardigan, which is a really great basic cardigan. It comes in 2 lengths, and you can sew the sash and put the belt loops on. I would definitely sew the sash, and I would definitely put the belt loops on, and I think I will begin with version 2, the longer version. So there's that. And the fabric I'm considering for it is this. I got this at Hobby Lobby. It is fabulous. It is so soft and so luxurious. It's a sweater knit. I also got this in another color. I can't remember what other color, but I'm pretty sure I got this in 2 colors, and I really love it. It is super drapey. It is a sweater knit. It's not super thick. I thought it would be pretty good for the Nicki cardigan. I just love it. I think it's going to be a wonderful thing to have in the wardrobe. And I was looking at that, the short version of that. I think that if you put a little snap on the wrap and snapped it in so it stayed closed, I almost think you could wear that one as a top, you know, just over jeans or whatever. But that's what I'm thinking for this. I also have a fabric that I think I got at, I can't remember if it was Fabric Mart or Fabric.com, but it's one of those ones that actually looks like a sweater. It's marled, it's blue and white, and it may even have some cabling in it. But I thought that might be a little bit messy out of that for that sweater. I just don't know. I felt like that sweater was a little more sophisticated, and so something like this might work. So that's kind of what I'm planning for that one. Nothing is set in stone here today. I reserve the right to change my mind as often as I want. Okay, Colette Macaron. This was Colette's very first pattern, if I'm correct. This one is number 1001, okay? And it's a flattering and curvy dress, includes a bodice fitted with darts along with a contrasting top yoke, sleeves, and narrow midriff band. Short sleeves are gently scalloped along the sleeve hem, echoing the shape of the bodice. Skirt has large pleats with pockets hidden in the front pleats. Closes with an invisible side zipper. Now, I think I can just squeeze into the size 18 on this pattern. This pattern has not been updated to Colette's new sizes. This pattern goes from a 0 to an 18. The 0 is bust 33, waist 25, hips 35. And the 18 is bust 46, waist 39, and hips 50. So I plan to make the size 18. I might have to do a full bicep adjustment, which is super easy to do on short sleeves. And I think I'm going to lengthen it. It doesn't look super short here, but it actually is a fairly short, at least from the pictures I've seen. It's above the knee. maybe it isn't. Maybe some of those pictures, maybe those gals shortened it. I know that gals like shorter dresses nowadays. I just don't have the legs for it. And I just, you know, as a teacher, I just feel more comfortable if it's a little bit longer so I can move around, sit wherever I want, get in and out of my car, tromp outside for fire drills, you know, walk up and down the bleachers to give kids who are misbehaving in an assembly the stink eye. You know, teachers, it isn't just, it's not a desk job, let's just say. You gotta, so I don't want anything too short. If I'm working with a kid and bending over their shoulder, I don't want my dress hiking up in the back. You get the picture. So I would lengthen this so that it comes right to the top of the, like, to the bottom of my kneecap is about where I like it. Right where the top of your calf is at its thinnest. That's where I like my dresses. Now, that was a lot of talking and I haven't even shown you the fabric yet. So for fabric, I was thinking this fabric, which I got from Craftsy, for the base of the dress, from the sweetheart neckline down, this fabric, which is just such a cute little basic fabric. This is a Dear Stella design. Oh. So that's what I'm planning on making the bottom out of. And then the top, I have this vintage eyelet, and I think that it would be super cute to do the top out of this. And I may line this in white so that I don't have to fiddle with worrying about bras at all. I would leave the sleeves, just the sheer eyelet, and line the top. And I think that these two would be really cute together, like that. So that's what I'm thinking about for the macaron. I kind of want to spend, I have a couple of ideas about 2019. And one of my ideas is to focus on Colette patterns, because they were one of the very first, if not the first, indie pattern company to really have a size inclusive range. Also, cashmerette. I want to focus on making all of the cashmerette patterns that I own this year in 2019. And the other pattern company that I really enjoy their patterns, because they have an extensive size range, and at least the ones that I have sewn up have a full bust front and a regular front. And that is Love Notions patterns. And I have probably 20 Love Notions patterns and maybe a dozen cashmerette and 40 Colette patterns. I have a lot. And so those are the ones that I want to concentrate on this year. And I want to make a couple of patterns from each of those companies every month, if possible. So that's kind of one of my goals that I just have in my head. Now, this, I think, let's see, this came first. First, at Hobby Lobby, when I bought that gorgeous sweater knit, I saw these stretch velvets. I also got a black one, but I haven't washed it yet, so I don't have it here. So I have this beautiful gray, I have this beautiful rose, and I have black. Well, I knew what I wanted to do. Ever since I saw Tilly in her Raglan baseball shirt from her stretch book, and part of it was made out of stretch velvet, I have been in love with that look. It just charmed me immediately. I loved it. I wanted to have that shirt. And so I have 3 colors of this to play with. I have the black, the gray, and the rose. And I bought this pattern from Pattern for Pirates. This is the Ragdoll Raglan. Now, I suggest that if you are at all interested in raglan sleeve tops, go have a look at Pattern for Pirates. They have two. They have a much more fitted raglan. I think they might have 3 raglan t-shirts. But anyway, the one I got is the looser, slouchier fit. And you should see the beautiful versions. One thing that I truly love about Patterns for Pirates, I only have 3 of their patterns. I have the Take the Plunge swimsuit, which is gorgeous. It was hard to sew. Man, that thing was hard. I also have the Papa Bear joggers, which I sewed for Wilson, and I have this, which I have not sewn yet. And I already have received it back from PDF Plotting, and I'm ready to cut it out. But I'm going to do one of these versions, and it's going to have a combination of velvet sleeves and neckband and something else for the body. And one of the things I was thinking about for the body that I thought would be cute. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Go to these websites and look at their photos, because both Love Notions and especially Pattern for Pirates have dozens and dozens and dozens of views on normal women, not fashion models, wearing these clothes. It's phenomenal. You can literally, I think, I might be exaggerating, but I'm betting that when you look at this one on Pattern for Pirates, there's probably 75 different women wearing, or at least 75 different versions of this top. It's wonderful. I really, really applaud them. Also, their size range is pretty darn good. Pattern for Pirates, at least for this pattern, like I said, I've only sewn 3, so I don't know too much about them. I've only sewn 2. I have 3. Their extra, extra small is a bust of 30 to 31, waist of 23.5, hip 33 to 34.5, and their plus 3X is bust of 52 to 54, waist of 47 to 50, and hip to 55 to 58. So that is another company that I'm all in favor of supporting, because most everyone can fit in there. And when they really make the time and effort to get those patterns on a lot of different women so that you can see someone who looks just about identical to you, how they're going to look in that garment. So that's fantastic. Now, one of the fabrics that I pulled, well, I pulled several for inside for the body of that raglan. I pulled this navy blue, which I think would look phenomenal with gray sleeves. It would also look really pretty with the rose sleeves. So either one, I could do either one with this gray, with this navy. So there's that. I have enough to make probably 5 or 6 of these raglan tops with my various combinations of velvet and with all of the jerseys that I already own. And then here's another one. This is a pretty pink heather. It's heathered with gray. So this would be just stunning, I think, with the gray sleeves on it. So I might put the pink on the navy and put the gray on this. I just think it would be gorgeous, and I know that I would enjoy wearing that. The other fabric that I pulled, I have a skirt made out of this. This is a very heavy rayon jersey. It's light, it's not thick, but it just weighs a ton, and I've got a lot of it. How much do I have? I saw one of my labels. There it is. 3 yards, and it's 72 inches wide. So this will probably be the body of at least one of them. And I also have this exact same fabric in a pretty dove gray. And, so there's enough of this to make a whole one, without the velvet or whatever. But I thought that that would be super cute. So I think I'm just going to go in a raglan shirt making frenzy. I know that it's March and starting to warm up, but we'll still be able to wear stuff like that for at least another month in Colorado, maybe more. And if not, it'll be available for us. It'll be available in my closet for the next time that it gets cold. Okay. Next up is the Allegro pants and shorts. I have made this skirt right here. I made it out of our beautiful tinsel denim that we have in the store. We still have some of that available, probably enough to make another skirt. I want to make these pants, and what I thought I would make the pants out of was this. This is vintage rayon challis. I think it's from the early 2000s or the 90s. I'm not sure, but I think this would make super cute joggers. That's kind of what, you know, the style of those pants. And I could wear it with a variety of color of tops. And this is kind of crazy fabric for me, but I feel like as pants with a solid color top, I could probably do it. And I just really love this fabric. So, yep, 100% rayon challis. There's no date on it, of course, but it was $5.98 a yard back in the day. I don't know what we have it listed for in the store. Probably maybe $6 a yard. I don't know. But don't you think that would make cute joggers? So that. And then I pulled this Love Notions bluesette. I probably won't even start on that for a month or so. I'll probably make the cardigan first because that's the, you know, most wintry thing, and then start on the raglans. But I like this art gallery knit for that dress. Isn't it pretty? And I think I want to make this version right here with the tulip skirt. Okay. So that is what I have pulled to work on. I did pull this gray linen. This is a Robert Kaufman. No, this might be Kona cotton, which is still Robert Kaufman. But I was thinking of making the Colette Macaron in this with a black base with black top and waistband, or make it out of black with this on the top. I thought that would be super cute. And I have tons of gray and black shoes, so both of those would work. Okay. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you're enjoying sewing. I hope you're enjoying your spring. I have been really enjoying watching everybody's sewing plans, and I'm starting to feel inspired to get over my sewing ennui or whatever the problem has been, and come back ready to show you some things that I have made. Oh, and what I'm wearing today, not me made. So anyway, thank you for stopping by, and you take care.